No, we're going to keep that in. You're listening to No Limits, episode 88. And on this episode, PlayStation Showcase for May, question mark, exclamation point, asterisk, asterisk, gone wrong, caps. Hello, Internet. You're listening to No Limits, a PlayStation podcast. My name is Taylor, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Brianna and Sam. Remember, you can find the video version of this podcast over on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia every Tuesday. And while you're over there, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you'd rather listen to audio, we are on all your favorite podcast services. We would love it if you could leave us a review. It helps us grow, and we would love any feedback. If you want to support us and get early access to all Save the Game Media content, head over to patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia and choose the tier that's right for you, just like our current patrons did. Fabulous Brianna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Lindsay, Nikolai Knight, Cypher, Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, Mimi J, David Hotwright, Dave Harp, the Xbox Expansion Pass, Alpaca Tom, Lee Navarro, and the Good Sir. Also, check out our YouTube at Save the Game, youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia, Twitter at SaveGameMedia, Discord. Links are all in the show notes. How are we doing, everybody?
Doing well. Yes, it is a rarity that I'm able to completely detach from work. It's been nice to have this weekend, at time of recording, to do absolutely bugger all. It's been lovely. Back to it tomorrow, but that's the way the world works. Yeah, not much to report. I'm good.
Excellent, Sam.
I'd love to hear it.
Yes.
What about you, Taylor? How are you?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Not the other Taylor in the room? Okay.
There is no other Taylor in this room.
Or is there?
You know, my
He
imaginary
better
friend,
not be here.
my imaginary friend Taylor too wouldn't. Okay. I'm doing pretty good. I got good. I went to bed at a reasonable time on a Saturday night, which is uncommon.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. And I meal prepped yesterday, so now my afternoon's open.
Oh my gosh. A Sunday afternoon open?
So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll peer off into the distance and contemplate our existence among the stars, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's a real good way to send yourself into a panic attack.
Nah. Depends. You could take the nihilist route and say, we're a speck of dust. Doesn't matter. Or you could say, we're so insignificant. How will anything I ever do be enough? The answer
You're
is
really
not
convincing me.
Not number two. All right, not number two. We're worth it because we're here. Anyway, Bree, doing all right.
Good.
How about you?
I'm doing good. Nothing too crazy. Just freaking work. There's been like emergencies, I swear, every single week for the past like 3 weeks, and the overseas team will just send an email to the customers. Don't know why they're even allowed to, but like the overseas team will just like email the customers but tell them the wrong information. Like one of them was, "Oh, we've lost your order," which wasn't true. Like we did not lose your order. So they're sending out mass emails and not telling customer service, and then customer service comes in the morning and has a bunch of angry customers, and we don't know what's going on. It's driving me.
Are you telling me mass outsourcing is not good, and that?
Well, they're technically part of our team. Like they still are Azazi employees. We have an office in Suzhou, and they're like our shipping team
Suzhou,
and finance team.
That Asia?
It's in China.
Okay. Oh, do your dresses get made in China then?
They get made in a bunch of different countries. But we actually directly contract the factories, so that way we can check the working conditions.
Well, next time I buy a wedding dress from your company, I'll make sure it's not from exploited labor.
Good, you should.
I hope. But consumption under capitalism, it's unavoidable, am I right?
While we're off of like any sort of topic on the show, I have to ask you, Taylor, have
Okay.
you heard of Yuzu Kosho? It's YUZU KOSHO.
I think
It's
I know it's also a Switch emulator.
so it's a flavoring for cooking, and I'm curious if you've ever heard of it. It's made from yuzu peel
Could
and
you repeat
like
the full name?
fermented.
Yuzu
Yeah,
Shoko?
yuzu kosho.
Oh,
So
Kosho.
KOSHO.
Interesting. No, thank you for bringing this to my attention.
You're welcome. It looks like it's probably going to be spicy, but then it looks like there's some really cool dishes you can make with it. So I got some.
Oh, is it from here? It looks like it would be like really sweet or tangy, almost like there's tomato paste. What if there was like citrus paste? This is what that looks like.
Yeah, so it's like I think like a citrus paste that they make with peppers too.
Oh, so is it spicy? Is it
I
hot?
think so.
Oh, you
I'm
haven't
not
used it yet.
confident.
Okay.
No, I haven't got it yet. The other one I ended up getting is called yujacha, which is like a yuzu tea thing. But apparently you can put like it's like, have you ever had like the marmalade thing where it's like marmalade, but it's for tea specifically? So you put it into a cup and then you mix hot water with it.
I haven't used marmalade actually, but I
Oh.
know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. But apparently, instead of mixing it with tea, you can mix it with heavy cream and make like a Alfredo out of it. So it's like a creamy yuzu Alfredo.
Put that over some soba.
I think we're gonna try and do it with bow tie pasta, or at least I'm gonna try and make it tomorrow with bow tie pasta. But
interesting.
Yeah, these two new things came across my desk recently, and I thought I would present them to you since you're the resident chef.
I'm not sure. Well, I guess speaking of more cooking, I'm very close to purchasing baking supplies for cookies. I'm talking scooper, aluminum mixing bowl, a good whisk, a good silicone spatula, another baking sheet.
The silicone spatula is like necessary for any kind of baking. Like it is so important.
So I hope to make cookies and bring them into work on Fridays. Yeah, my goal is to like every Thursday night, make a batch of something, keep a couple for myself, and bring the rest into the office on Fridays.
Okay.
You might think this is an act of giving, but no, this is how I swindle upper management.
It's true. It's true.
No, but for real, that should be.
You get them addicted to your cookies, and then have you not seen Ted Lasso?
Yeah, I think we've been over this, Bree. I think Ted Lasso is.
I just like bugging Sam.
Okay. It is a mild show. I'll say it that way.
It's so good. It is so good.
Well, we both bond over The Office, so we have that at least.
I love The Office.
Yep.
So good.
Okay. Speaking of The Office, Sam, what have you been playing?
That is quite possibly one of the worst segues I've ever heard.
Well, you can leave. All right, bye.
Okay.
Wait.
What have I been playing? I think it was last week that I spoke about going back to Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes, ma'am.
So I continued with that, finished it finally.
Wow. Well, I'm surprised you finished it that quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard if you're
okay.
Sort of trying to beeline it.
New playthrough, that was?
I actually can't remember now if it wasn't a brand new playthrough, it was from a save very early on. Actually, no, I think it was a new playthrough. Yeah. I can tell you that a lot of things make a fair bit more sense in Rebirth, retrospectively. And like I followed everything in Rebirth, but it was more just the fact that there is Remake is definitely backloaded in terms of like setup and things happening. So that stuff I had missed out on, which I think actually, like I've been thinking about this completely coincidentally. I think I was probably one of the better people to do the walkthrough for Rebirth for IGN, because there will be some people who go without a remake and therefore lack the context. And my walkthrough was written unintentionally, but just coincidentally because of my lived experience, without descriptions of all of the context. So people that know, they'll know anyway, but people that don't, they just get the information contextually as Rebirth presents it, without me adding in stuff that I might have known from Remake. So
there's no subconscious assumption,
an insertion of like this character shows up and they're not named yet, but you saw them in Remake, so we know retroactively that they are blah blah blah. I didn't do that in the walkthrough because I didn't know. So I think that's going to retroactively make that walkthrough better in terms of being more accessible to a wider range of people. So yeah, I finished that, and then I have technically gone back into Rebirth, not to do another full playthrough or anything, but I wanted to, because my playthrough was pretty truncated in terms of being able to do the auxiliary, secondary, side questy, mini game stuff. I didn't have the time allowance to do that when I was covering it. So I'd heard tons about like Queen's Blood. Obviously, you play a little bit of it in the main story when you're first introduced to it. But like that mini game, I mean, I'm a big card game dude anyway. But Queen's Blood is ridiculously good.
It's like it's a card game.
Yeah.
Is it Gwent level, Sam?
It's better than Gwent.
Like, wow. You heard it here first, folks.
I think realistically, a lot of people's favorite thing from Rebirth is probably going to be Queen's Blood. It is just, it's similar to Marvel Snap, and I love Marvel Snap in the sense that it is incredibly accessible and very simple to begin with, like most card games are, to be fair. But the level of complexity and build variety that you can have with your decks is absurd for a mini game within a game that is as big as Rebirth. They didn't have to go as hard as they did, and they did. And that's just one mini game. So I've just been going into chapter select, going to some of the sort of the open zones, exploring a little bit, doing some side quests. And I've loved it. I think it's retroactively increased my opinion of Rebirth overall. I actually think Rebirth is going to make it very difficult for me to ever go back and play Remake again because of how linear and narrow in focus Remake is in comparison. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of Final Fantasy VII. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I have dipped my toe in, not properly yet, into Immortals of Avium from the PS Plus catalog monthly games, but I've only played maybe an hour tops before I sort of felt the pull of Rebirth. So nothing to report on that yet, but it is a bit of fun, if nothing else, from what I can tell, which I think is the general consensus.
Just like you, Sam, you're a bit of fun.
You said it, not me.
Nice. Oh crap! I was going to say something. Have you tried Balatro? Speaking of card games.
Interesting. No. And I'm tempted, but there's something about the pokerness of it. And I know it's not poker, but there's something about the presentation and the having to do like flushes and one of a kinds and all of the like. I've never been, as much as I'm a card game person, like actual card games, real life card games like poker is not really for me. The furthest I've ever gone is really like blackjack kind of stuff.
Okay.
So like I'm not going to say no, because obviously it has been getting nothing but rave reviews, but it's not convinced me yet, and I'm trying my best to not like look into it too much, because I think it's kind of like a inscription-y type thing where like you peel back a lot of layers as you get further into it. But yeah, it's a wait and see really. If it's on sale at some point, I probably will try it out, but I'm not chomping at the bit to get into it.
Gotcha.
Any updates on Tunic?
No, I haven't played any more of that since
Wow.
since the last recording. I will continue to play it.
You're fine. I was just curious.
But I think it's luckily it doesn't seem like there's going to be too many big games coming out over the next few months. Certainly not on the PlayStation side anyway. So I think that probably will be something I circle back round to, but it's on the back burner at the minute, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I will beat it.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to platinum it?
That is a TBD. I don't know how easy it is to platinum.
I got the platinum.
Then it's probably very easy, in which case...
Wow. Are you implying Bree's ability to obtain platinums is...
It was a mostly joking remark, you know.
Okay, sure.
But I would assume it's not punishingly difficult.
No, because then I wouldn't do it.
Exactly. So
yeah,
my point is thus proven. So yeah, maybe I'll have a lock. Maybe I'll do a guide search whilst you guys are talking. I'm going to see how
you're going to spoil yourself.
I'll just take a look at the difficulty.
I was going to say I can look that up for you. But
it says 1 out of 10 using a guide, but 6 out of 10 without a guide. That's doable. 10 to 15 hours. 10 to 15 hours. Is that short?
What website is that? Is that like PSN Trophies or something? Where it rates this difficulty?
Yeah, PlayStation Trophies currently. Yeah. If it's that short and it's not like that difficult, then yeah, I probably will. Even if it's out of spite, I will do it.
Have we reached 300 yet?
No. I think we're sitting at 288 currently.
Okay, I was gonna say I feel like you'd be getting close, if not.
And like, no joke, I don't want to take up the air, but because we're talking about it, I've actually been thinking recently, and I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to stick to this, but in my head, I've got it where once I get to 300, I'm going to kind of step away from it. Like, I'm that close now, I just need to see it through. Not that it's like negatively affecting how I play games, but I kind of want to see if I can remove myself from that. I probably can't, but I want to be able to try and see what, like, I've got the 300 in my head, I've reached the milestone. What happens if I try and be like, I'm not going to specifically look up easy games to platinum. I'm not going to scour through the PlayStation Plus updates every month for easies. I'm just going to play games that interest me.
You play enough games where you'll get there, but do you want to make 300th a specific game?
That is a good question. I might, and don't hold me to this, I might, depending on how I'm feeling over the next few weeks, I might try and make it like Rebirth or something, where like I've had a bit of a journey with Remake and Rebirth now, and I've sort of come back around on both games. So I might try and get the platinum in both and then make Rebirth 300.
And it's safe to say, I think, you think Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth are excellent video games? Is this a true statement? Your opinion?
I would say so. Yeah, I think for me, Rebirth is definitively better than Remake.
Well, that's the idea, right?
That is the idea. But I can understand that some might appreciate the linearity and the narrower focus of Remake more, in the same way that some people like the more simplified story of Last of Us 1 over Last of Us 2. They go bigger in Rebirth, obviously, in every sense. So I can understand why people might be inclined to prefer the first, but not me. Anyway, that's enough of me. What have you been playing, boys, girls?
Bree goes first.
You know I haven't been playing anything. Don't even pretend.
Reading.
I've been reading so much. I'm now at 46 of 47 books.
Aye.
I can't remember. But I'm still having a great time. I think, I don't want to say for sure because something will happen and then I'll just get sucked back into reading. I think I'm planning on like trying to play games today and tomorrow. but I don't know. I will say I have made it. Part of the issue is that I'm in the middle of like 4 video games, which stresses me out.
Yeah.
So then I have to decide which one I want to play.
Which ones are you in the middle of?
So I started Ultros. I'm playing Blasphemous 1 and 2. The reason I started the second one, I did beat the first one, but the reason I started the second one is because I got frustrated with one of the trophies for the platinum from the first one. So I like want to go back to the first one because I want to platinum it because I was really close. There's just like a dumb trophy that anyways, it doesn't matter. I accidentally messed up the quest because the guy didn't say you can't talk to this person before talking to this other person, and I didn't know. It was just like, oh, you can't fight this person until this point. And so, but if you find their sister, then they'll be like, oh, I don't have to fight you. And then since you don't fight them, like it doesn't count for the trophy. Anyways, it's dumb. So I have to go back and redo the first 5 bosses with no healing. And then I'm also playing whatchamacallit. What the heck is that game called? Death Stranding.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I didn't. But my thing with Death Stranding, and I knew this was going to happen, is I think I burnt myself out because I just got so excited about building roads.
Hey, look, I remember.
And I knew that was going to happen.
Train simulator, building roads. See, Bree, infrastructure appeals to everybody. We all like good infrastructure, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's also fun because you have the danger of being murdered by invisible, crazy things.
That's minor. It's not really a big risk.
You also have to take care of a baby.
The baby's in your backpack. What's going to happen to it? Nothing. All right.
It's actually strapped to your chest, but okay.
Yeah. Shows you how much I've played Death Stranding in the past 4 years.
But I can't tell how far off I am. So I don't know if I should just sprint to the end of the story and just stop building all the roads or if I should just take a break from the game. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what chapter you're on or anything.
So I made it around the mountain because there's the 3 cities that are around the mountain. I'm made it to the 3rd one.
Okay. So oh god, I'm trying to see if I can recall. So you've met Heartman.
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds right. I think I'm on chapter 5 or 6.
Okay. I would say if you aren't interested in doing completionist stuff of maxing up all of the relationships with all of the outposts, it's okay to kind of beeline as much as possible through the story. If you're interested in seeing the story through, I would prioritize that. Because I know how easy it is to slip into I could very easily just get the resources for this next bit of road, and that's very satisfying when that's built.
Yeah, because then you have to go back and forth a million times, and if you don't have the road,
You
then
do.
it's
and
annoying.
It's more difficult. So you got to balance that out. Yeah.
Whoever's playing
That's
on
why-
my server of Death Stranding sucks at building roads. I'm the only one.
Yeah,
here.
I always found that I was typically the one pushing for road building more than most.
I'll do it when I play the game, and I will play the game before Death Stranding too. Uh, I'll make sure I build the roads, build the ladders. Are there ladder builders or just the road thing?
I mean, ladders are very easy. Roads
you
aren't easy at all.
You just take them off your back and then you just place them.
Yeah, if
Plonk
only you
them
could
down
shadow
wherever.
mirror up a mountain in Death Stranding. If you've played Skyrim, you know
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that kind of like defeats the whole objective and point of the game.
Oh, of course. Same thing with Skyrim, but that's
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if shadow mirroring up the side of a mountain really defeats the purpose of Skyrim. You know, in the same way that it completely negates the idea of hard journeys that Death Stranding is all about. Anyway, Bree, I would say if you're still interested in seeing the story through, I would focus on that as much as possible.
Do you know how long it is to play the game straight through, like story wise? Because I think I'm probably just under halfway done with the story.
I think it's like
so
50
I
hours.
don't know.
Let me see. Let's see. Death
Maybe I'll go with 30.
Stranding.
Let me
30
look
to 40.
Time.
How close am I?
So it says Death Stranding, when focusing on the main objectives, Death Stranding is about 40 and a half hours in length. If you're a gamer that strives to steal all aspects of the game, you're likely to spend around 113 to 115 hours.
Holy moly.
Okay.
Yeah. So you say you're about halfway.
I think so, but I'm also I think I'm just under halfway because based on it looks like there's 15 episodes, and I think I'm on episode 6. I could be wrong.
But a fair number. That sounds daunting, but a fair number of the later ones are relatively short, if I remember correctly. So it picks up pace. So I think if you want to sort of be in burn, you can do so at a relatively good clip, I would say.
Okay.
I think I'll play Death Stranding when I'm in the mood to watch an epic film. That's when I'd play Death Stranding.
I would also have...
Or just chill. Weirdly.
Yeah. I would recommend, especially towards the beginning of the game at least, having a couple of podcasts queued up as well.
Nope. Just me and
that's a good idea.
Stranding.
Just
see, the tranquility I hear a lot of people get from Death Stranding is what a lot of people get from hiking IRL.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Okay. Well,
just with less death ghosts in
and less babies.
Life.
Okay.
Babies aren't real.
Right. Not in this economy. Having a baby in this economy. Nope.
Taylor, have you been playing anything?
Yes, I have. I played a bit of Control more.
Woo!
I reached the hotline.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was reading a note about light cords when FBC officers were pulling the light cords, they would disappear. And then sure enough, after I read that correspondence, there was a light cord right in front of me. And I'm like, oh boy. And I went to a motel and I got to the hotline. I love it. I love the whole hotline sequence. It reminds me so much of Dark in the best way possible. The show where really, for lack of a better term, how the game puts it, right? An object of power all in front of you, investigating it, its significance, all the history behind it. No, it's just the big red phone. And that was great. So now I'm exploring the maintenance sector. I'm going to burn some trash and I think fix some infrastructure, generators or something. My man, Abi is his name, I think, the janitor. Or Ati.
Yeah.
Ati. Yeah. From the intro of the game, I could tell there was more to them than met the eye, and I think I'm right in that. So
they might be a transformer.
It's cool. You know?
Can't confirm nor deny.
Sure, that's fine. But more than Control, I played like 4 hours of Helldivers 2 yesterday. and another hour earlier in the week. I'm just having a lot of fun playing Helldivers 2, terminating the automatons.
Hell yeah.
We are one planet away. Planet of Durgan is the last one we have before the major order ends tomorrow. And been going through that, killing a lot of robots. Again, I'm living out my fantasy to destroy all Terminators. So that was very fun. Been playing with friends over in the PSVG community. And yeah, just unlocked an AMR yesterday, anti-material rifle. So for those of us who remember what the AMR did in Far Cry 3, that signature weapon in Far Cry 3 where you could shoot the front of a Jeep and it would explode, that kind of energy. So that's really fun. So yeah, it's just fun fighting for democracy. And
I know it's not like in our discussions today in terms of stories, but like I'm still very impressed by what Arrowhead is doing in terms of the whole meta game and all the updates that they're doing.
It is so good. Like, I know the first week was really rough, and that's part of the reason I don't buy games that Swap is about to knock over my mic. Jeez. Do you guys hear all this? Might have to edit this out. Oh,
no, you're good.
How loud is this?
It's not that bad. It's just you hear like a little purr every once in a while.
Okay. I don't really buy live service games at launch if I'm ever considering them, or multiplayer games, and that's still one of the reasons why. But Arrowhead has stabilized it completely. Crossplay is seamless. They're about to launch a new Warbond, which we're going to talk about in a second. Warbond, for those who don't know, is, for lack of a better, I wouldn't call it a season pass. I'd call it a really content packs that you. Oh my god. This is how you earn new weapons through the game. You spend your one currency in the game is called medals that you spend on them. You can buy weapons, emotes, armor, helmets, capes, insignias. And that's how you unlock your primary, secondary weapons. And they're releasing a new one of these on April 11th. So it's fun unlocking this stuff through there. And when you're going in with other people, you can pick up either weapons they drop when they die or from weapons they call in. Or I guess those are supply weapons. But when someone dies, they drop their primary weapon. And, like, it's fun. You can pick up weapons that are higher level than what you've unlocked to get a sneak peek on what it's like. And there's a lot of cool stuff I've been able to try out with playing with friends who are higher level. Like a laser weapon, but it shoots lasers at the clip of bullets rather than an array. So it just feels like it has the feedback of a gun with real bullets, but it's unlimited ammo unless it overheats. And it's still a laser weapon, which is cool. And I took a screenshot of one of my loading screens yesterday. And, part of the reason I love this game is when you're shooting your pods down to the planet, you have little tips that come up on the screen, and they're all tongue-in-cheek, of course. And one of them was yesterday. Want to show off how firmly you support capitalism? Spend medals on a war bond. Spend your medals on war bonds. So it's just it's so fun. Like, I saw a Reddit thread yesterday where someone was shitposting, and they on the Helldivers subreddit, and they were the title of the thread was I caught my son attending a pro automaton rally. Should I be concerned, or am I the asshole? And so it's like not the asshole. We need to protect democracy. And it's just really, it's such a fun atmosphere. So I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I'll stop playing it anytime soon. Like, it's one of the most fun games I've played this year. So
like, no joke, I haven't played it, but right. I genuinely think it has potential to be one of the Game of the Year candidates currently.
It is so fun. Like, performance is fantastic. Matchmaking is perfect now. Quick play is perfect. Cross play, like I said before, no issues. It's really fun now. And the animation where you're hell diving down, and like, there are certain, okay, I'm going into Helldivers tangent now, but I'm passionate about it. It's so, like, there's small, minute world building and small details elements where there's an emote you can use that's a hug, where you spread your arms out for a hug, and you, as the other player, can press X to complete the hug and hug your teammate. And me and my teammate didn't know that yesterday. And he spread his arms out to hug. I'm like, oh, what if I could walk in and hug you? And I walked up to him and I got the prompt to hug.
I think I saw that you get iframes whilst you're doing that emote as well. I don't know whether that's changed.
Amazing. So maybe I could just drop a 500-kilogram bomb and hug my teammate feet from the blast.
I think you can.
But yeah. Also, the small elements of, I don't know if world building is the word, but immersion, where stratagems are basically airstrikes, drops, supplemental artillery, or airstrikes or orbital strikes. These all come from your destroyer ship. And there's, at each end of each mission, you have a certain amount of time to extract after you've completed the objective. If you miss that timer, they send basically an emergency ship. But if your destroyer leaves after the initial timer goes off, you cannot call any stratagems down, which are basically, tools you use throughout the entire match, because they all come from your ship and your ship is gone. So through the logic of the game, you cannot have them anymore because your ship's not there anymore. So there's things like that keep you connected to what's actually going on in space. All of the drops you have coming down are always coming from your ship. And if your ship leaves, you have no drops. So the way, I don't know a really good descriptor for it, but I think the best way to describe it is the game is interconnected with itself, and it's really fun to see that in moments like that. So fun. And yeah.
Arrowhead acquisition and news incoming.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what were you saying, Bree?
No, I was just saying I'm really glad that you were having fun.
Thanks. Yeah. Oh, and I'm playing it on PC, and I think that Arrowhead has plans to add cross progression in the future.
Smart.
Which I'd like. It'd be fun to play this on TV. But I've been playing with a DualSense on my PC wirelessly, and built-in haptics and adaptive triggers with the PC port. So, and there's gyro aiming too, which I might try.
Hell yeah.
So, Helldiving fun. And again, for those who don't know, you're fighting either the automatons right now, which are big robots, and then terminids, which are bugs.
Gross.
But, okay, one other thing. Automatons are weak to shock damage, like, electrocuting, is short-circuiting your circuit type of thing. The bugs are weak to fire. So, you think it's gross, Bree, but you can order an napalm strike or a flamethrower and exterminate all your bugs with flames.
That would still be gross.
It's fun.
I'm sure it is.
Anyway, I had listed a couple stories, but I know, Sam, we talked about it pre-show. I'd like to run through quickly our first two stories and then just get right to a conversation around the PlayStation Showcase, if you guys are cool with that, and have an open forum discussion and have that be the show.
Aye, Captain.
So, Helldivers 2, speaking of which, it's getting a new Warbond on April 11th with new primary weapons, including the BR-14 Agitator rifle, the R-36 Eruptor rifle, a CB-9 exploding crossbow, and new secondary weapons, including a new G-123 thermite grenade, a GP-31 grenade pistol, yes, a pistol that shoots grenades, and an extraction pilot booster, which decreases the amount of time it takes for an extraction shuttle or for your way out of the mission to hit the ground. There's also new armor coming with CE-27 groundbreaker medium armor, CE-07 demolition specialist light armor, and FS-55 Devastator heavy armor, and new capes with the Harbinger, True Equality, Eagle's Fury, or her Freedom's Tapestry. And the new Warbond is called Democratic Detonation, and it's rolling out to the acquisitions panel in the game on April 11th. So let's drag our malevolent enemies into the burning flames of hell, soldiers. Fire in the hole. This is all from the PlayStation blog, by the way. I didn't ad-lib any of that. You
just get to role play.
Yeah, I just get to role play, and they have all these have some great flavor text, which I'm not going to go through for the sake of time, but some of which includes like the thermite grenade. This little beauty can stick to surfaces before burning up to a toasty. 2,000 degrees Celsius, that's 3,600 Fahrenheit. Or with the Agitator rifle, deliver righteous judgment to your enemies with accuracy. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Arrowhead.
Yeah. Dude. So fun. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. You want to talk about PlayStation Plus? Catalog edition.
If I can find it. My document is freaking out. Okay, I'm here. We have. What's going on? Stop it! Stop.
I'm stopping.
Okay, I'm
Sam.
here.
Okay, sorry.
I'm here. Tales of Kenzera Zhao and Dave the Diver are both releasing into the PlayStation Plus game catalog day one this month. So this is coming from Joe Richardson and Jaiho Huang, both at the PlayStation blog, separate blog posts. So eventually we were all content with grief. It can come in many forms and from many different sources. Surgeon Studios, founded by Abu Bakr Salim, debut game Tales of Kenzera Zhao, is a 2.5D story-driven action and exploration game all about facing those emotions and discovering how love gives us the courage to press on after a devastating loss. And it's coming day one to the PlayStation Plus game catalog on April 23rd, 2024. So that's cool. And then we also have Dave the Diver, which is a unique hybrid ocean adventure that combines ocean exploration with sushi restaurant management. At the heart of the game lies the core gameplay loop, narrative, characters, and mini-games. And the game initially released to universal praise in October 2023, both on Switch and PC. And it's scheduled to release day one into the PlayStation Plus catalog on April 16th of this year. So that is 2 day one launches in the same month, which is a rarity, particularly with games of this caliber / renown. We have plenty of indie day one launches individually, which I think are of a higher quality than potentially other services. I will always champion Cheer. We had Stray. But the last time that we had two, I looked this up, was August of last year when we got both Sea of Stars and Moving Out 2 as day one launches. So that's, the better part of a year since we've seen two. And I would argue that this is probably the biggest, two of the biggest day one launches we've seen, because both games have been marketed pretty heavily. And I know that Chia was marketed a lot at showcases.
I think
Stray.
Sea of Stars was the biggest release in terms of hype, but in terms of dual releases, both of them, I don't know if combined is the word, but Moving Out 2 was held a lot less weight than either one of these games, Dave the Diver or Tales of Kenzura. Sorry,
particularly Dave the Diver, I think. Tales is seemingly getting positive buzz, but I think that the craze that was around Dave the Diver, if you were sort of in the know last year, I played it on PC, so I think it's an excellent get for PlayStation, and I highly encourage people to play it. I'll be playing both, but do more of this, PlayStation. It can't be that expensive.
Yeah, small correction. Dave the Diver initially released last summer. I don't know why I said October 2023. I put that in the notes.
I was going to ask, have either of you played Battle Chef Brigade?
No, that sounds fun.
I can't say I've ever heard of it.
I feel like Dave the Diver reminds me of Battle Chef Brigade, but it took me forever to find the name of that game, to be completely honest. But anyways, not that it super matters, but I was just curious if you guys had played. But...
Dave the Diver is weirdly a mix of like Hades and Cook Serve Delicious. It's bizarre.
Yeah, so Battle Chef Brigade is like you cook and then you go out and hunt your ingredients and then bring them back. I will say that the cooking mechanic is like one of those like match 3 things. So you have to like kind of move ingredients around and stuff like that. But in terms of like gameplay loop of like cooking and then going out and then coming back kind of thing, it sounds fairly similar. But it sounds like the actual like fighting mechanics and cooking mechanics are a little bit different. But when I was looking at games that were like similar to Dave the Diver, this game didn't come up, Battle Chef Brigade. And that kind of surprised me because it seems to be almost the exact same gameplay loop. But interesting.
I can't speak to that, but what I will say without spoiling anything is that Dave the Diver goes places. In the same, not in the exact same vein, obviously, but in the same way that there are layers to something like Inscription.
Okay.
There is a lot more to Dave the Diver than one might expect within the first few hours.
How close, with being afraid of video games where you have to play underwater, how close do I need to be to a vomit bowl?
What? Oh, motion sickness?
No, I just get so scared of underwater.
Oh, Subnautica, you would hate them.
Yeah, don't play Subnautica.
No, I have to.
I don't think it's scary. Like there's certainly moments when you get later into the game, obviously where you're exploring like a little bit deeper down, that it's a little more off-putting, but I wouldn't ever say it's scary because it's like, it's obviously, I don't know how much you know, but it's like 2D, so you're like you're side on, so you can always see everything in your surroundings, and there's nothing that can really jump scare you or take you by surprise. You'll see like maybe a really big sea creature come at you from off screen, but it's never going to be like jump scary type stuff, as far as I can remember.
Okay, yeah, Outer Wilds was like at the very edge of my limits, so all right.
I mean, you only get jump scared in Outer Wilds if you suck, you know.
Wow.
Or if you don't know what's going on and you go visit that planet as the first planet you visit.
Fine.
Yeah,
yes,
Dark Bramble.
Okay.
Dark Bramble was awesome.
It's scary. I don't know what you're talking about. Awesome.
Dark Bramble was dope.
Once you know what's going on, it's still scary, but yes.
Nah.
I did just look up images from Subnautica. It made me ill even looking at the images. So yeah, definitely can't play this one.
Yeah, you really, really don't want to play it. I truly love Subnautica, but you do not want to play Subnautica.
Is it sad that I kind of want to play it anyways, and then I'll just like have to stop? I'll just do the thing where I pause every 3 seconds.
Perhaps if you play Man-Eater, this will squash your fears because you are the creature. You are the shark.
No, it comes from this lovely game. Let me make sure I remember the video game name. Hold on. Can I spell? I don't know how to spell. Echo the dolphin. Yep. So yeah, way back in the day.
Was that a movie?
I don't know. There is a dolphin game that I used to play, and there were scary creatures in that.
It was a TV show. Oh wait, no, it was a game. It was all games.
So yeah, ever since then, I've been scared of water and video games. I can like literally, I'll be in the middle of a lake, no bottom in sight, jump out the boat and swim around. I'm fine. But like in video games, the chances of there being something in the water is just too high.
That seems the wrong way around to have those concerns.
Yeah, but like, how often are people just randomly attacked in water? Not often.
Well, I mean, it depends on exactly where the water is, I
think-
suppose.
I think the
It's a
statistic
lake.
is, oh, well, that brings it down a whole lot. There really
Yeah.
isn't much that will. Actually, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, unless you're in. Actually, no, alligators and crocodiles I don't think would be in lakes. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that will
If you're
kill
in
you in a lake.
Scotland, you may have to worry, but
Right. My man Locke, formerly Ness.
that was a good joke, Sam. I don't know how you're not laughing at it.
Anyway, Bree, want to bring us to the main topic of the show?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Sony is supposedly planning either a PlayStation showcase or a state of play in May. According to Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb, who said on April 2nd, I have heard that there will be a PlayStation something, either a state of play or showcase next month. In May, this is probably going to be there. It seems like it might lean towards a showcase. It's definitely in that time frame of when they did the showcase last year. Following the news that Konami's Silent Hill 2 remake has been classified by the ESRB, Grubb said that he's expecting the game to appear at the PlayStation event when it could receive a release date. PlayStation held a May 2023 showcase that featured PlayStation Portal reveal, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, Helldivers 2, Marathon, Foam Stars, Fair Games, and Concord, amongst others.
Right. I think that was one we also saw. Or Spider-Man 2.
We need a banger this year, you guys.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2
Yeah,
gameplay trailer, I think, was that
the
time
Spider-Man
last year.
gameplay was the closer, yeah.
Yeah.
Right after the Gran Turismo trailer. Actually, no, technically it was the Gran
because it
Turismo
was
trailer,
Craven,
then
huh?
PlayStation Portal,
Yeah.
then...
What a wasted
Spider-Man.
purchase I made on Gran Turismo 7. Oh well. I live with my scars.
Damn.
Taylor, I'm damaged.
Who knew the MVP of that showcase was going to be Helldivers 2? Outside of Spider-Man.
Who knew?
I did not expect it at all. Like I
Nobody
really thought
did.
it was going to be a mid on top of mid. All right.
I thought it was probably going to be good because the first Helldivers was good, but PlayStation weren't expecting it to blow up. Neither were Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And it has. And they're sustaining it, which is arguably the more impressive thing.
Our final tangent on Helldivers 2. If companies are looking to make a live service game that sticks and that makes you money without a sweltering budget, dude, this is the blueprint.
This is the blue point.
Helldivers 2 creates a whole new subgenre of co-op shooters like this. I'm down. Well, maybe I should be careful with what I wish for, but you get the idea. This is positive juju for a live service game. Really.
Mm-hmm.
And it was $40. $40.
Yeah.
Okay, so for our topic, we're wanting to kind of guess at what we're going to be seeing in May.
Right.
Does anybody have anything that they're like, I know for sure that this is going to be there?
I think like a cool way to do this is maybe like if we each say kind of going off of what you're saying, like a definite, a maybe, and then like a hopeful.
Okay, so are you guys wanting to do like, do you want me to track this and then we get points?
Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Okay. So then let's say for our definitelys, if you get it right, it's worth 2 points, and if you get it wrong, it's worth 2 points because you're that much more confident about it, right?
Wait, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you get points if it was wrong?
I'm saying because it's a for sure, you're like betting points on it.
So if you get it wrong, it'll be minus 2 points?
I think so. We don't have to do it that way. That was just my suggestion.
Okay, I thought you
Yeah.
meant you were adding 2 points if it was wrong, and I was a little confused. I'm like, wait.
No.
Okay.
If you're wrong, you subtract 2 points. If you get it
Okay.
right, you add 2 points. But only for the for sure's.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, risk reward. I like it.
And then for everything else, it's just you can earn a point if you get it right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm ready, probably.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to swoop in and take a definite.
Okay.
Silent Hill 2 remake is going to be there.
Bree, where are you writing this?
On my computer.
Maybe could we put it in the doc so we can all see it?
We'll lose it if we put it in this doc. So I was planning on writing it on my computer and then sending it in Discord group and then pinning it.
How do we
That's a
lose
good
it?
idea.
I keep copies of all the show notes we make.
Taylor,
'Cause we're
let
gonna
Bree
say-
cook.
Let Bree cook.
Okay.
Good boy. Yeah, I would imagine it's going to be there, and I think it's going to get a date. I think it's going to be October this year. All of this doesn't have to be correct for me to get the points. Silent Hill 2 just has to be there. I'm just
okay. So for the
talking
other two
through.
predictions, just to check, so going to get a date, you just want that to not be a for sure, just a regular prediction.
Yeah, like
And then October this year.
What we're talking about is just the games that are going to appear. Anything else, I'm just having a conversation.
Okay, so you don't want to add other predictions in, just the games that'll be there.
I think that can make it a bit messy.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
how Chaos usually does it.
I
So
think they'll
it'll be
line it
cool.
up for Halloween this year.
Okay.
That's my definite.
What's October looking like this year?
That's a good question. What's anything past next month looking like?
Sorry, I was zoning out. Do you say Silent Hill 2 for October or something else?
So they could do the 10th. Yeah, sorry, Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
October 11th or 18th would be the ones. They could technically do October 25th as well.
Tuesday,
but
Friday, right? These are the days games come out usually.
yeah, and then that would be the 8th, 15th, or 22nd for Tuesday. Yeah. I don't know. This feels like a weird October. I don't know if I believe that Silent Hill 2 is coming out in October this year.
Ooh, Halloween's on a Thursday.
I would say, like, I've got a feeling that if Silent Hill 2 isn't poised for like a Halloween-ish release, it's going to be sooner than we think.
Okay.
I think it will be at the showcase. If it's not October, it will be like late June, early July.
Okay. Sounds good. Taylor, do you have a for sure guess that you want to put down for this?
For the showcase?
Mm-hmm. For our points, for our guessing.
Yeah. Do I have to pick a release date for a game?
You don't have to. No.
You can talk about it, but that's not part of the bet. That's not part of the guess.
So the specific guess is a release date for. I'm confused to what level
the
we're guessing
the only thing that's scoring us points is if the game shows up at the showcase.
Okay.
Anything else around it is just us chatting.
Right. Okay. Yes, I would also put as a definite Silent Hill 2.
You can't steal that one because that's Sam's point.
Oh, we cannot repeat?
I don't think so. What do you think, Sam?
I would say no, just to make it more fun.
Okay.
Well, okay, that's unfair because that was the easy one. This is like drafting a
That's
fantasy.
why he said he was taking the easy one
first.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'd say there's still plenty of easy ones.
Taylor, you gotta buckle in, strap your seatbelts on to
Get my
hop
strap.
on the pony.
Get my strap on.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Wait. Okay, that's weird. What games will be at the showcase? Let's see.
I have a guess if you're not ready.
You can
I'm ready. Don't do that.
You
Well,
seem very ready.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a quick Google search. PlayStation game slated for 2024. Slated for 2024.
There ain't a whole lot.
Yeah. It is not that much, is it? Oh, easy. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Definite.
Okay. Okay, so that one's your for sure guess.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you think
Go
it's
ahead.
going to be like just a gameplay thing? Do you think we're going to get a release date?
I think a release window would be plausible.
Do you think it's this year?
No. I think it's Q1 or Q2 2025.
Yeah.
Or later.
Okay. Bree?
My for sure guess is gonna be Spider-Man.
Oh, that's ooh, that is a spicy one.
And I don't mean like the new stuff. I mean like whether it's like just something that they've already mentioned, like the Venom stuff or like the other DLC that they talked about.
They haven't mentioned they're doing a Venom DLC. Have they publicly said that?
Well, no, they haven't spoken about the Venom spin-off publicly. That's just through the leaks. Technically, they haven't even talked about DLC yet because that was just through the leaks as well. There's just an assumption that some kind of DLC is coming. But like me and you, we were talking, Taylor, before we started recording, that even if there is no DLC for Spider-Man 2, and they've scrapped that and changed plans since the leak, or since it was put into the documents that then leaked, I still think that if Venom the game is coming next year, as it was originally slated in the leak hack, then we will still see it. So
just to clarify, I don't know if we'll see like a full trailer or anything like that, but I think that it would be silly to not have like a logo with like Venom and like his tongue or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
Like something.
Okay.
So
well, I think we can expand that guess to be either it's Spider-Man DLC or it's the Venom game.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
That it's
I just wrote down
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
related.
something.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
I will say, I know it's not going to be, but if it's Spider-Verse something, I will cry. That's not my prediction, but I just wanted to point that out that I would probably.
It's not going to happen. Don't get your hopes
I
up.
know it's not, but again,
No.
all I'm saying is if it did, I would cry.
You know what I could see?
Yeah.
If they do a double, not double feature, if they do, I guess the word for it would be double feature, highlighting something with the Spider-Man game and also highlighting that Spider-Man's coming back to theaters. Because, Sony owns a Spider-Man license for movies and all that.
Potentially. I'm not sure on that.
Right.
If it was like the next Spider-Man MCU film, maybe, but just for a re-releasing of old films, I'm not sure they put that in a PlayStation showcase necessarily. I could be wrong, but
Anybody, Sam, it's your turn. Do you have another prediction that you want to throw out?
yeah. I'll do because we've done definites. So do I want to go pie in the sky or do I want to go like a 50-50? I'm going to do my 50-50.
Kim?
And I'll oh god. 50-50 we see Marathon again. We know that it has undergone some changes. Creative leadership has been swapped out. Direction has changed from a custom player character creator to more of like an Overwatch hero selection type thing. So that could potentially push it out and mean we don't see it. But all the reporting suggests that Bungie are still trying to push Marathon out of the gate ASAP. So I think that even with the creative direction change, my assumption would be that they would still want to be like, this is still coming. Look at what this game looks like now, kind of thing. Could be too early for it, but I think that's why it's my 50-50.
Okay. Okay. Taylor?
So the categories are definite, so, and then definitely not going to be there.
Well, not definitely not, but more like a really out there,
okay,
sort of wish kind of prediction.
And how many points are the out there's worth?
All the rest of it is just worth 1 point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we have to limit to like 3 predictions exactly. You can.
No. But if
right.
you want to guess anything else, we can.
Well.
There's lots
will
on
it
the
be
table.
there? This is a gamble.
Do it.
Hold on. I'm just curious about something. No, it probably wouldn't be here. No, I'm not going to say what it's about.
What if it is, Taylor? What if it is here?
No, can't say that. Okay. I'll do one that might be 50-50. Something Astrobot related.
Good one.
Okay.
And do you think it would be this year if it is there?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, PlayStation said what they said was that they were not going to release any
no entries into existing major franchises.
Would you call Astrobot's Playroom existing major franchise? No. I think we could get it near the end of this year. Small Astrobot's Playroom or Rescue Mission non-PSVR port or a Rescue Mission PSVR port. Or sorry, I meant to say, or we can get a Rescue Mission sequel that would be on PSVR 2. So there's a lot of ways we could go with it. And I think it could be this year. How long was Rescue Mission? What, 5-6 hours?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
I like the guess.
Okay. My guess is going to be that we'll see something Shadow of the Erd Tree, like a trailer.
Oh,
that's a really good guess.
It's right before it comes out, depending on whether it's early May or end of May, either a month before or just a few weeks before. So I think that that's a easy way to get people hyped and a good way to promote for FromSoft. So don't see why they wouldn't.
Okay.
Sam?
I'm going to go for another definite.
Oh, okay. Like 2 points, definite?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost of Tsushima 2. It's high time. It's going to be there. This isn't part of the prediction, but I think that I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. I don't know whether it's going to be. It's not just going to be a splash screen of a logo. Like it's going to be more than that. I don't know if it's going to be full on gameplay demo. I'm leaning towards it being a gameplay demo rather than just like an in-engine trailer. But it could be either or. And I think it will end whatever this trailer demo is with early 2025 as a window.
Okay.
Is it back to you, Bree, or is it my turn?
No, it's going to be your turn. I do want to say I was going to put Ghost of Tsushima 2 on my list as well. I was not going to put it as a for sure. But I do think it is, like Sam said, I think it's time for Ghost of Tsushima 2 to be shown. Like, I think that it is time.
Nice.
Those are my feelings.
I wonder if there's something else here that I could pin as a definite. Oh,
Gamble for the points, Taylor. Do it.
I guess I have to pick one of these games. Thinking. What about I don't know if I'd call this a definite though.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Let's do it. Let me Google one more thing. Okay. Definite.
He's doing it.
This really isn't a definite, to be honest, but risking it. Street Fighter 6 DLC announcement for new fighters.
Okay.
I was
You
thinking
said-
between
Sorry,
Street
just to make
Fighter.
sure you didn't say for sure on this one, right?
No, for sure, Bree.
He said,
Okay.
he said definite.
Okay.
2 points. I was about to say Tekken, but I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see like a wave of new characters or just like a specific new character?
Could be either one. Sometimes they do a character announcement. Sometimes they do a wave announcement for their next season
it's like,
pass.
yeah.
Or their next character pack, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice.
Okay. Buckle in for this one, you guys.
I'm buckled.
This is not going to be a definite. Hear me out before you panic. I think we're going to see Naughty Dog's next thing. Reasoning being, I think it's similarly time. So I just looked up the release dates. So Uncharted 4, or I guess the first Last of Us released 2013. Uncharted 4 released 2016. And Last of Us 2 released 2020.
That it did.
It's now been 4 years since then. And I don't think that the game is ready for release. But I do think we'll see something of whatever they're working on next.
Is this a 50-50 or is this a pie in the sky? Not that it makes much difference, but
I think it's a 50-50. Yeah. I think it makes sense.
Me too. Because I think there's a misconception that people have that everybody in Naughty Dog was on factions.
Definitely, it was a small team.
Exactly. And if you think, and then people were like, well, but Neil said in 2023 that he only just had the idea for The Last of Us Part 3. It's like, well, he's been working on something else in the meantime then. I've got a weird feeling that not that it's a definite, but I think it's highly likely to be at a showcase, because I agree with what you said at the beginning, Bree, that they kind of need to go pretty big this year, considering how badly last year's went overall, and just how many studios they should have in the chamber. I also have a weird feeling that Naughty Dog might actually be close to ready to go.
I would agree, but I don't think it's going to be this year.
Oh no, for sure.
I think
Definitely
we'll
not
see
this
it
year.
early summer next year of like release date because they
Yeah.
like to release during summer.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
I like it.
Okay, it's your turn, Sam. You have any more?
I do. It's
Okay.
just where do I slot them? Because it's always fun to just go crazy, right? And like set your expectations super high for showcases, because that's part of the fun. It's like, oh, all these new cool games that we have no idea are coming. What's gonna, and particularly because of the state of PlayStation's internal studios, we know so little, and most of them have been working for so long on things that feasibly practically any of their studios could have something to show outside of maybe Guerrilla, but then they do technically have the multiplayer game that could be ready to show. I am going to say I'm going to do a 50-50.
Okay.
I'm going to say Cory Barlog's project.
Okay.
From Santa Monica. I think that, yes, it hasn't been crazy long since Ragnarok came out, and obviously Valhalla, but Cory Barlog, shipped God of War 2018. He wasn't directing Ragnarok at any point. Santa Monica expanded to be a two-team studio around the same time, so they were concurrently working on two different things.
Holy cow, it's been 6 years since 2018. Oh my god.
It has. So I think that whatever it is, I've got a feeling that it's probably going to be more of a teaser than anything else. Not necessarily as brief as just like a splash card of a logo, but I think it might be a in-engine tone setter kind of trailer, giving us a vibe. I do think it's going to be sci-fi, as has been heavily rumored. And I don't think there's going to be a window or anything put on it. I don't think they're going to do that yet.
Not after what they did to them with God of War 2018.
Yeah, and I mean, and they had to delay Ragnarok from when it was first shown, because they did God of War Ragnarok in 2020 as the first tease with that title card, and it said 2021, and that was a lie.
That was a lie.
So, but I think, again, it's a similar sentiment. It's time, I think, to at least hear about these things, if not fully see them.
Okay.
So,
okay. Taylor, what's your next one?
I'm going out there. Sony San Diego's next project will be revealed.
Oh.
I don't know if it's Uncharted or as rumored or something else. I really like it to be Uncharted, like a return to Uncharted. I'm in need of Uncharted. Well, I guess the Tomb Raider games could tide me over. Of course, I haven't played those.
Come on. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Nice.
They might pull a Nathan Drake comes back like Harrison Ford came back in his old age. No, probably not. I hope they don't do that. Unless it's a duo with him and his daughter. Ooh, and she's like she's like his age. Nate.
It's like Death Stranding, but Uncharted.
Like Nate would be the age of Sully, and his daughter would be the age of Nate in the first Uncharted. That would be cute. Anyway.
So, but would you think like that Nate then takes the Sully role, essentially?
Yes.
And you're playing as Nate's daughter?
Yes.
I like mine better.
And Sully's dead.
Yeah, I think so. Which is sad. But
a good narrative lead-in would be Sully died, but he left this artifact.
One last thing.
Last adventure.
I think it would be better if he was just like a really old man.
And Cassie is desperate to get out and have her first real adventure.
Right.
Oh, that's getting me going, even just talking about it, Taylor. I like it.
I still like my prediction better. I think we should have a Death Stranding Uncharted version.
Nah.
No.
Keep Kojima in
Actually,
his
you know
playpen.
what's even better comparison? You know how in Spider-Verse, Peter Parker has his daughter, Mayday? They'll be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, small side tangent. I think I really need to watch X-Men the animated series because I've never heard anything but great things about this X-Men 97. I keep hearing about it, right?
X-Men 97 is fantastic.
I haven't seen the animated series, and a few years ago, I watched Batman the animated series for the first time. Loved it. I'm still haven't finished it because there's so many episodes, but I loved what I watched.
Yeah.
Anyway, Wolverine's my favorite hero, so I want to watch. Anyway, go on. Oh, well, is it my turn? Please tell me it's my turn.
You just said
You just
Sony
went
San
with,
Diego's
tried.
next
Damn
project
it.
will be revealed.
Okay.
I will say, this one's kind of like, just kind of like a wishful thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I would like Blue Point's next game to be revealed. Similar reasons. It feels like it's time.
Mm-hmm.
They did help support for God of War's release in 2022, but that would not have taken up their whole team. And it's been 4 years since they've released their own thing. And between the previous cycles, there was only 2 years for their next thing. Like they did something in 2018 and then 2020. So
yeah, because they said on record that they're doing original content, is I think how they phrased it.
Mm-hmm.
So like the assumption is that it's like a new IP for them, which is something they haven't done before, which might be why it's taking longer. But either way, I think you're right that it's time.
Yeah, my guess is that it's like it's not like, as we're saying with some of these other stuff, it's not time for release, but it's time to start like marketing the game. So that way we know what they're up to. So that's my next prediction is Blue Point showing up.
Nice.
Sam, do you have any more predictions?
Oh, I mean, I do. I could keep going for a long time.
We're at 4 each. Do you want to do 5 each?
Yeah, sure. Why not? So this is my last one. Oh God.
Make it a good one. Is it sad that I want to give you suggestions just so I can rig it?
Don't do it.
I'm hoping he takes the bait. Just kidding.
I am going to say God. This is.
Do you want to pass for a second?
Sure. If somebody else has one, I mean, I've got plenty. I'm just trying hard to think of which one to pick. So if somebody's got a definitive one, then go for it.
Taylor, you seemed excited to add your 5th one. What is it?
Add this one to the one-pointers. Wolverine shows up again.
That was one of mine that I was contemplating.
I don't know whether it's a gameplay trailer. I don't know if it's a release window trailer. I don't know if it's another CGI thing. Hopefully it's some in-engine gameplay trailer. But
yeah. It could go either way, right? It could be that they want to go dark and stay dark since the hack, or they're like, no, we're going to come out swinging in sort of retaliation and show you this is what the game looks like now. Because I know you guys haven't seen the stuff from the hack in the same way that I have, if at all. So like the rough work in progress footage, that's out there. So they might want to be like, you thought the game looked a bit rough. We're here to prove you wrong. But it could also be far too early.
Yeah. Personally, I would actually say that it's too early for Wolverine to be shown. I don't think it's time. But that's just my feelings on it. Sam, do you know what your prediction, or do you want me to go?
You go.
Okay. What I want, this is not my prediction, but I wish it was. I want Housemarque's game to be shown. I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's time, so it's not my prediction, but it's what I want. What I will say my prediction is that I think they have to show Concord.
That's true. Yeah.
I think they have to show Concord, and I think if they don't, then I'll be concerned. So that's my last prediction. Okay, Sam, your turn. This is like torture for him. I love it.
Okay, I'm going to go. This is one that's almost guaranteed not going to happen, but I might as well go spicy.
Bloodborne 2.
For the last one. Trust me, that was one of the things I considered.
It's never
just
happening. Bloodborne's never coming back. No sequel, no remake. It's dead. Stop it.
Even if it doesn't, I'll just get a PlayStation 5 Pro and play it with that sweet AI.
Yeah.
No. To be honest, the way to actually do it is you get a PS4 Pro, you hack it, and run Lance McDonald's FPS Unlock mod.
You know I'm not going to do that, Taylor. You know
if I find a PS4 Pro for $50, I'm totally doing it.
What was your prediction, Sam?
I'm going to say Bend Studio makes an appearance.
Okay. That was another one that I was thinking about.
But I am going to specifically say, in an all or nothing kind of thing, still in the like pie in the sky / 50-50 thing. I'm not going to points. I'm going to say, as a dream, it's not going to happen. But if I say it, maybe it will. That they have said it's a new IP. I know they've said that. I'm going to call BS, and I'm going to say that they are returning to Siphon Filter.
Siphon Filter?
I think that there is a gap in the market for stealth espionage games currently. There is no Splinter Cell. There is no none
Why
of that.
didn't you do your one game then that you love so much? That I remember the name of.
Which one?
I don't know. Your old game that you always talk about.
Old game that I always talk about.
Yeah, it's like an FPS.
Resistance?
Yeah, there you go.
It's always
no. Like that was one of them, but I feel like I'm just hurting myself more by saying that. This one I'm a bit like more emotionally detached from. I just think it would make business sense because there aren't really many games in the Hitman / Splinter Cell-y type thing in that genre currently. And imagining like a spy thriller game with Sony funding as a AAA title, like a James Bond type thing, is something that would be different to everything else that they currently have and would be filling the gap in the market that I think would appeal to a lot of people. I know they said new IP. You know, they have said that it will in some way incorporate live service multiplayer stuff, but I'm still going to say it's secretly Siphon Filter.
Okay. A question for you guys. If there was a showcase that showed Bloodborne Remake, Bloodborne 2, and Resistance, and the new Resistance. Calm down, Taylor. And the new Resistance, what one would you guys be most excited about?
Resistance. It's easy for me. And I know that that's like ridiculous when Bloodborne 2 is in contention, but like I'm not joking when I say Resistance holds such a dear spot in my heart. So whether it's a remaster of the trilogy ported as a bundle, or whether it's a Resistance 4, or whether it's a reboot of the series, no joke, I would probably pass out.
Okay.
So it's Resistance, no question for me.
Okay.
As much as I adore Bloodborne and would love anything Bloodborne related.
Okay. Taylor,
Bloodborne remake.
you'd be more excited than a new Bloodborne?
Yes. I'm not confident From Software can top Bloodborne 1.
Okay. I would say Bloodborne 2 would be mine. Just because I want to see where they would take the story.
But actually, that's a good caveat to the question. Is the Bloodborne 2 coming from Software?
Yeah.
Okay.
It better. I don't think
It's
any
actually
other team
coming
can do
from
it
Sony
justice.
Santa Monica.
Oh,
Lies of P-Dubs, huh?
I don't think they would do terrible with it, but I don't think they'd be able to pull it off.
It's the Stellar Blade devs. They've just got boobs everywhere now.
You guys, I took days off of work so that I could stare at boobs all day. I'm not even lying.
Welcome to the male experience.
Oh,
No, I don't do that.
I am no better.
Taylor, that was very convincing. Don't worry, I believed you.
Please believe me. Please believe me.
Okay. Are you telling me you weren't distracted by the jiggle physics during the demo? Because I was.
I've been playing through Final Fantasy Rebirth. Like Tifa is right there.
Bree, I don't get distracted. I arrive. Okay.
You arrive.
Yep.
Taylor,
okay.
that is a bold statement to make on air, but you've done it. So I guess we've all arrived in some sense, because holy hell.
What I meant arrive is in I'm always up for the challenge.
How about we just don't dig the hole anymore? Let's just
Taylor's like, you guys were playing the demo. I was playing the demo.
No, I arrived to the gameplay.
I bet you did, Taylor. I bet you did arrive to the gameplay.
I will not take the slander.
What is happening right now? That's fine.
People get mad because I arrive. I don't get it.
This is quality content. This is what we live for. Taylor arriving.
I've watched the movie Arrival. It's a great movie. I arrive. What's not to understand?
I'm just going to recommend you stop saying I arrived.
So if I'm going to pick you up when I visit Britain, Sam, and I'm taking you out to London to go into the town.
Why are you picking him up?
In a car.
Why are you go
so that he can arrive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, uh-huh.
The subliminal messaging is... Right.
I don't think I just say that. I don't think that, like, I think I would just say I'm here.
Well, what does ETA stand for?
I don't know that you're helping your argument, Taylor. I think you're just expanding.
Dude. You're gonna make me sick. He's like texting someone. He's like, ETA?
Yeah. I've texted ETA before.
I didn't know that you could use ETA while sexting as well.
What? It's not what I'm talking about.
Taylor is all about ETAing. Just...
Can you imagine being able to predict that? ETA 2 minutes.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go eat paste after this.
I'm not even going to try and decipher what that means.
Toothpaste. You just eat it. What?
You guys, I'm crying.
Toothpaste and jelly burger. Bam.
Oh.
Anyway.
I'm telling Kevin about this, and he better clip it.
Oh God. Well, do I want this on the internet? I guess go on the internet. Thank you all so much for listening. You can find us on YouTube at Save the Game Media. Don't forget to check out our Discord and our Patreon. Links are all in the show notes. And Twitter at Save Game Media. Where can people find you, Sam?
Anywhere and everywhere at Sam Heaney, Heaney.
What about you, Bree?
You can find me at Fabulous Brianna, FABULIST
Well,
Taylor?
when you arrive to PlayStation, you can find me at Mr.
Yep.
Carter 9. That's MrCarternine.
Mhm.
If you want to play Helldivers 2 with me, you can add me on Steam as TPR.
If you join our Discord, there's a squad up channel.
Yes. Get the game, Bree and Sam. We can play
No.
together. It's cross-plat.
No.
I'm tempted, Taylor. I've already said this. It's a maybe.
Oh, but I can't gift you PlayStation games, but I can gift cards work internationally. Codes.
No.
Is that true?
No. You have to it's a whole thing.
Well, I could always buy you a PlayStation UK card. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening. Until next time. Have a good one.
Oh God.
Bye-bye.